Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notifications for when we go live, tap the bell. We go live 30 minutes after market close. We also post videos throughout the week and on the weekend. So, we got a lot of content we're pushing out. If you're not yet a member, oh no, there we go. Getting some feedback here. If you're not yet a member of our free options trading group, the link is below, along with our Discord. If you don't Facebook it, we got the Discord link below as well. Welcome to 2019, first trading day of the year. If you're here right now, say what up. I think I saw a bunch of people in here. FC, Micah, Amon, Shadow Drone, Ray Lee, Eric, what's going on? How's everyone doing today? Hope you guys had a good, safe New Year's. Nothing too crazy. Had a good Christmas. It's the first week back. I didn't trade Monday. Starting off with a clean slate for the most part. I did have GLD and USO follow me into this year, but basically nothing. None of my orders got filled today. It's not good. FC William, help. What can we help you out with? Rayleigh's up 100. Nice. If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. JDM, what's up, man? Ahmed. I don't even know what happened Monday. I didn't even look at the market until 12 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, looked pretty crazy. I mean, looked pretty crazy on Monday, but really was just like a day trading kind of day. We gapped up and then was just range bound all day. Pretty easy day trade chart. In retrospect, that is. I mean, obviously people thought we were going to do more, but that's why we talk about take profits and redeploy capital. Take profits, redeploy capital. It'll save you on charts like this. Shadow Drone got paid. Greg, I didn't place any trade today. Monday either. Oh, Greg didn't place any trades on Monday. Manny, what's going on? I promise. Yeah, I mean, I think today, like people like 2019, you see made Monday. Tobin in the house. What's up, Tobin? Tobin, you're gonna like today's stream. We got mostly a. We're probably just doing mostly a rant today. Feeling fired up, but what I was talking about is, today and yesterday, you're probably seeing all over your like Twitter, Facebook. Hey, new year, new me. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and like 99% of those people fall off by like next week. Guarantee it. Like 99% of those people are just gonna, oh, it was too hard. I'm gonna duck out. So I did. We'll go over my trades real quick. I got some things that I want to get off my chest. It's been a little while since I did a live stream. Also, one that I would say today I wanted to be more motivational, more uplifting. Especially like I don't know what's been going on, but in the last 2 weeks I haven't been posting a ton of videos just because of the holidays and stuff. But we've been getting a lot of new subscribers, a lot of people new to this channel. If you're here, you're new, say what up. Definitely want to meet you. So today I kind of want to do something different. Last Friday we did something different. We had FC on the call. He gave you kind of a different perspective on, trading. And then today I wanted, since I'm just starting to get my portfolio built up again, I don't have a whole lot of action, a whole lot of trades. So I want to do something different. Today I'm down $20 in the day. We made some money back on USO, which I don't think we really made that money back. It's probably worthless. USO, I have the 12 strike calls for 16 days out. It's at 980. It did go over 10, so it's gonna need a pretty big bounce here. I mean, it's only going for like 3 cents right now, so it's gonna need a pretty good bounce. Baron, what's going on? Tom, Michael, Riggs, what's going on? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. GLD is also worthless. I mean, it tried to push above 122 today, and it couldn't, and, we're sitting. Luckily, it was a small amount that we lost. But I just carried that in from last year. 2 trades I did today. I did post on Facebook, and I did post in Discord. I bought a IBM strangle and a Microsoft strangle today. So I did the IBM strangle, $1.42 debit. I got the 114 put, the 116 call. Pretty good pricing on it. I wanted to keep it tight because we only have a couple days till expiration. Sorry, I just drew a blank there when I was trying to put this chart in, this ticker in here. So I have the 114 put, which is here, 116 call, which is up here, which for some reason is touching 116 after hours, and now it's back down to like 115. The one thing that I see about IBM here is it's kind of breaking out of its where it was down below here. So it was kind of having some problems around like the 113, 114 area, and today it started to break to the upside. So this is looking kind of bullish to me now. If this candle was kind of coming back down to 110, probably going to revisit 105 or 100 area even, but it looks like it's trying to break to the upside right here. And then Microsoft, I did the 100 put and the 103 call on that bad boy. And Microsoft, I really feel like could go either way. It closed red today, and it didn't get above like the 102 area where it was getting rejected. That's why I did buy the 100 put. And if you look at both my trades on IBM and Microsoft, I did mention this on my posts when I did the trade. They're equally weighted, meaning for me, what I normally do is I usually do like a bullish strangle or a bullish strangle, and I lean towards a direction. But on both IBM and Microsoft, something that I rarely do. I mean, hardly ever. I don't even remember the last time I did it. It's been so long. I equally weighted the call and the put. I felt like I got good pricing on it. I paid under $1.50 for both of them, so that's pretty good. But really, I feel like we could go either direction right now, where obviously I'm probably not going to have huge percentage gains on this. I'm not going to have huge gains on it, but I will make, maybe 30%, 40%, what, and in most people's eyes, when you say you're going to make 30, 40%, that's actually not bad. I'm not complaining. 30, 40%, I'm not going to complain. So, it's a new year. I'll take the 30, 40%, but you tend to make less money when you equally weight it versus if you're doing a bullish strangle or a bearish strangle. GE to 50 in 2019, maybe 50 cents. Maybe 50 cents. Oh, crazy. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. Hey, Linda, how you doing? So today my perspective on the market was just to take it very slow, just get into a couple trades. I paced them out pretty good. I didn't get a trade until like 11 in the morning, and then I didn't place my next one until like 1. So I was moving kind of slow. But this is not the type of market that you want to just go in. Today a lot of people, this was like, hey, I'm going to push my portfolio. We're gonna make big gains today. I'm going to do $1,000. We're going to make $10,000, and they got hurt. Days like today, you don't want to go all in. Like you don't want to go crazy, especially when range bound. And I was definitely watching today on the S&Ps, this 2508 area. It was having some trouble. Here. It got rejected. Then it came back up. But now, as you can see, we're back on the highs on Friday, 25.20, and then it came back down. So we're still stuck in this range on the S&Ps. And if you're looking at the SPX, this doesn't mean anything for the long term. We're still under 2,600. We're still in trouble. Like this is not looking good. It doesn't look good. And I did post some fun things in there. Check out our Facebook or our Discord. I did post some funny things in there from January 2018, what CNBC said versus what they said just a couple of days ago when we closed 2018. Pretty funny. Links are below if you're interested in joining the group and joining the convo on that. But what I really want to talk today about, today was kind of a flat day after we had a big gap down. But what I want to talk about today was, kind of a heart check, kind of a motivational not speech or rant or whatever you want to call it, but you know, around this time, everybody has some sort of reflection period, whether it was okay, just looking back at the last years, which would be 2018, and say, okay, 2018 was a good year, 2018 was a bad year. And that's really what it comes down to for most people is like, man, I can't wait to leave 2018 behind. It was terrible. Or some people are like, 2018 was great, but 2019 is going to be better. And that's really, really basic. For a long time, and I don't know why. I guess it's more of my personality, and I tend to sit down. Probably the introvert in me. I tend to sit down and think about different scenarios and outcomes for a long period of time. So not only do I think about 2018, it's also sort of meditational for me, but I think about how 2018 played a part in all the years combined. So how did 2018 was it helpful or harmful to me over my entire life? 2017, was that helpful or harmful for my entire life? 2016, and I kind of go back and I kind of think about it in that perspective versus, it's hard to sum up. I've been alive 33 years. I'm blessed to be alive 33 years, and it's hard to sum up your entire life in just one year. And yes, I think 2018 was a great year. For me personally, it was probably the most challenging is when I really started to get involved with streaming on YouTube. It was when I started to, really become public with my trades and what I do. And, in terms of that was very, very hard for me, but it was also very, very good. Also with the recent passing of my uncle, last week, definitely had me thinking a lot about mortality, kind of where we're going, kind of where I've been, what do I look forward to, what don't I like about my life right now, what do I like, what can I make improvements on, what's good. And this obviously applies to options trading, but I'm kind of talking really broad right now, obviously, and I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people are equating success to money, and for me, obviously, it's never been about that, and it's always been about freedom or happiness or something like that. And when you get paid a lot of money, you don't necessarily feel like you don't really feel much different. You know what I mean? Like if you get paid a lot of money or obviously you want to be able to maintain a certain lifestyle that you want to pay for. But at a certain point, it's like, how much is enough? Like at what point in time does your quality of life say, okay, I have enough. What can I do to make my life better or the people around me better? And, so I've never been the type to, I don't know, something inside me that was always kind of pushing me towards a certain direction. I've never been the type of person that was able to just kind of sit there and take the beating, clock in, clock out. It was never my kind of thing. When I was in my younger 20s, from 18 to 22, 23, I was actually just a Starbucks barista, and every day, clock in, clock out, and it was the same repetitive process over and over and over and over and over. And after a while, it just gets to you. Like you become, like for me, it becomes, there's no challenge there for me. Like I need a personal challenge. I need something to strive for. Like if it's not hard, I lose interest right away. Like I lose interest, and I don't like things that are not hard. People are like, well, why do you like things that are hard? That's because I like things that are hard because that means that I'm growing. That means I'm becoming a better person. That means I'm also improving the lives of people around me. It's not just about me. There's family members, there's friends, there's you guys. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. There's more to life than, just making a lot of money. You could do anything to make a lot of money. You could sell out and just do whatever it can. Like if I wanted to, I could honestly just make Robinhood videos here and become a multimillionaire, like easily. And that wouldn't make me happy in the long run. Like that wouldn't make me want to go. Like I would hate myself every day. And then, like, when I started the YouTube channel or the YouTube streaming, I was like, okay, well, either, like I was telling a couple of people here, either they're going to accept me as I am without the gimmicks and without the Ferraris and without the Lambos, and, you know, if they like it, then they'll watch. If they don't, then no harm, no foul. At least I tried. Like I was telling you guys, like, the regret always hurts worse than the rejection. Like, what if I didn't do it, or what if I did, you know, if I did do it and it failed, I would be okay with that. If I did do it and everyone hated me, I would be okay with that. It would hurt way less than not doing it at all, you know. And after I got out of Starbucks, you know, I got into the food industry, where I wanted to be a chef. I got into restaurant management and also waiting tables. And I'm not going to give any restaurant names out here, but I was at, I think it's right now the second top grossing in sales restaurant in the entire country. I worked there as a waiter, and it's good. It's good because, you know, it shows me that I could get to the top. I got to the top, and it wasn't that great. I got to the top. I went to the best restaurant in the country in terms of gross sales and revenue. And at the end of the day, you know, I didn't like it. You know, it wasn't what I wanted to do. Like, there was something inside me that said, you got to push to something greater. You got to push. This is not what you're not going to spend the rest of your life. And when I go to that restaurant to eat, right now, those same exact people from 10 years ago are still working there, and that could have been me. And I'm not saying some people, if that's what makes you happy, if that what makes you, you know, wake up tomorrow morning with a smile on your face and you're able to kiss your wife and kids and, you know, go to bed with a clean conscience, that's fine. That's good for you. That's fine. But for me, you know, I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do. And, you know, it may not have been the right thing, but I got to the point, and my best buddy Jeff, he's on the stream right now, could testify to this. I put on my outfit. To go to work there. And I was going to go make the drive. I put my outfit on, and I give him a call, and I said, I can't go to work today. I only had $200 in my bank account. And I said that there's something inside me. There's something in my soul that says I cannot show up there again today. I cannot show up. So I didn't show up, which is terrible work ethic wise in terms of doing that to your employer. But they have, at the same time, they have so many people that would, like, they had three people that would call in. So if one person failed, they would go to the next. One person failed, they would go to the next. They had backup plans. And at the end of the day, like, if you're at a job and they don't miss you, then what were you really doing there? Like, what were you doing that was really improving them, other than, like, you were there to improve your bank account? Like, what were you doing for them that made them decide, like, hey, this guy's a really asset to my company? I didn't show up. They didn't call. They didn't wonder where I was. There was nothing. I show up there to eat. They still don't even ask questions. I still like to eat there, but just crazy. So there was this song that came to mind. Kit, Amon, thank you so much for the donations. Really appreciate it. The song, I listened to kind of some different music. I'll actually put this on our Spotify playlist. And if you guys don't know, below I have a Spotify playlist that I do. I haven't added songs in there, but I'm gonna try to add more songs on there that really motivate and inspire me. But you guys could check out. This is not promo for artists or anything. I don't get paid for anything. I just post music I like or music that motivates me. And this chorus and part of this first verse, you know, really kind of sums up what I was feeling coming into this new year. You know, thinking about a lot of mortality, you know, losing people close to you, and saying, you know, if I only had X amount of years left, and if I knew it, like if you knew it, like if you only had 5 years left, you only had 10 years left, what would you do? Like my uncle, he died at 59. He didn't have a lot of years on this earth. Like did he do what he wanted to do? Quite possibly. But if you knew that you only had 5 to 10 years left, would you do things different? Would you listen to that voice inside your head and say, you know, maybe I'll do this? And, you know, kind of walk you through this, you know, right here. It kind of sums up my whole life as saying, yeah, it was different for me. They couldn't see the vision. It was crystal to me. So, for as long as I can remember, nobody has ever agreed with my vision. When I stopped going to college, like, people supported me. A lot of people support me. You guys support me. I'm not saying that nobody supported me, but when you're first starting out, whether it's trading options or starting a business or anything, most people, including your closest friends, you'll find that they won't support you. So, when it says, yeah, it was different for me, they couldn't see the vision, yet it was crystal to me. So people are not going to see, like, oh, you're not profitable in options trading? Why don't you stop doing that? Oh, you're going to start a business? Why are you going to do that when you have a good job? Why are you going to do that? And at the same time, like, you have a vision that you're set out to. Like, I had a vision I was set out to when I was working at Starbucks. I was working at the restaurant, but yeah, my vision was crystal, even though nobody could see it. Nobody could see it. And, it goes on to say, look at how the tables turn interestingly. So as you move forward to your dream or to your vision, or as you gain more success, or what you set out to do, you become good at, let's say you become good at options trading, those same people that said, why are you doing this, start calling you up and say, hey, what do you guys think about this stock? Or, hey, I was wondering if you could help me set up a brokerage account. Or I was wondering if you could. It's very interesting that those same people that try to turn you down from pursuing your vision or your dream are now saying they want help. They want help to get to where you are, but they didn't put in the time. They didn't put in the time that you put in. They didn't put in the sweat equity that you put in. They didn't grind as hard as you can. For you West Coast people that are trading, getting up at 6:30, 6, 5 in the morning, most people will not do that to be successful. Most people will not get up early to be successful. And then it goes on to say, if that's what it is, that's what it's meant to be. They used to talk down to me. I could never be what you want me to be. So those people, they want you, once they figure out if they can't persuade you, they start talking down and saying, you probably have this, you probably had this happen to you where you had an ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, whatever, saying, hey, why are you doing this? You're stupid for doing that. You should do this. You should do that. Or even worse, like their parents was like, why are you messing around with this guy? Like, he's got no college education. He doesn't have a good job. His future is looking pretty dim, right? And that's the same thing. Like, your vision, it's crystal to you, even though no one else is going to see it. Like, moving into 2019, and you say, hey, I want to pursue options trading. I want to do it right now. It's crystal clear to you, but those people can't see it. Those people can't see what you're putting in, even though maybe you had a red year 2018, or maybe you're just starting out trading. You got to put in the time, and people don't understand that. Apple will be there when I'm done. But right here it says, if I take a loss, that's a win for me. From the other side, looks like the end for me. I could never fold. That's a sin for me. So if I take a loss, it's a win for me. So that's why I say, hey, when I come on the stream, it's like, hey, if you got paid, comment got paid. If you lost money, comment learned a lesson. Is because when we take a loss, we're not just taking a loss. We're learning from our experiences. We're learning from this. Like, every time you lose, you pick up a little piece of knowledge. You pick up a little something about yourself that you didn't know before. You understand yourself better than you did before that loss. Like, I was telling some other people that trading is, you find more about yourself. You find out more about yourself trading than you do anything else. Like, if you show up to work in a cubicle, you do this, you do that. Like, when you're trading, you find out who you really are. You find out if you're greedy. You find out if you're angry, if you're an angry person. You find out if you're a scared person. You find out that you don't care. I mean, do you trade stuff? Like, if a company's down because they had a chemical that causes cancer and it goes down, do you trade that and do you feel good or do you feel bad about that? Like for me, I'm an options trader and I don't really feel any different about it. But some people that really agitates. Like you find out a lot about yourself on certain situations like that. You find out like, well, I don't want to trade the casinos because I don't want to help people, that have gambling addictions. I don't want to trade alcohol companies because I don't want to, you find out who you are very quickly. And if you're blind to that, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. So, kind of what I want to talk about today was just do what you need to do, not necessarily to be successful, but to realize the vision, realize the dream. You're not going to get there in one day. Like you're not going to become, like I'm going to say this right now, just put it out there. You're not going to become a multimillionaire with $1,000 in your account overnight. Over time, yes. Over time you can. But you have to do, you have to do what you have to do. And even though we face tons of negativity, even though every day we go online, there's negativity, there's people every day leaving me comments that aren't nice or whatever the case is, and that's fine. They're just exposing who they are. And I wouldn't do this if I wasn't comfortable with myself. I wouldn't do this if I didn't know who I was, and I wouldn't do this if I was scared of what other people thought of me. I feel like my family hated me for not going to university for a med degree. Instead, I went to auto mechanics at a trade school. Yeah, I mean, I think for myself, I come from a kind of a different family because my dad was an entrepreneur, his dad was an entrepreneur, my grandfather was an entrepreneur, and my great grandfather was an entrepreneur. So when I do things like this within my family, it doesn't seem weird to us because we shift so much. But the one thing that I will say about my dad, when I stopped going to college, when I stopped going to school, I didn't tell him that I wasn't going. I just stopped going. I just didn't want. I was actually paying for school myself, so I was thinking like, okay, I can either invest in business or I can invest in school. What do I choose? What do we choose? And this was like, this is right before the economy was going to collapse and all that, and I'm actually really glad that I didn't. And then all my friends were getting laid off and stuff. But when one day he asked me, he said, "Are you still going to college?" And I was kind of nervous of what he was going to do. I was kind of nervous of what he was going to say. And I just told him no, straight up. I just said, "No, I'm not going to college anymore." And he just said, "Okay." And he walked away. And that was the last we ever talked about it. To this day, we never talked about it again. And now he just tells, he says he's proud of me, and we're for what we're doing, and he's glad that I decided to pursue the dream. But he never, the thing about my parents and my mom and my dad, they never said you can't do it. They never said that you're never going to make it. They never said that. They just said, okay, that's it. I mean, do it. You got to do. They understand that you got to do what you need to do. And some parents don't understand that. Like family members, like JDM was saying, a lot of family members, they don't understand. I mean, my dad's a doctor. He's the first person to graduate college in his entire family. But yet, he didn't judge me for not going to school. He did not. He's the first person to graduate college from his family, from our family, and he didn't say a single word about it except for okay. That was it. He just said okay. He didn't say anything else. And now, I own an IT business. I do options trading, and if I didn't pursue the vision, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be. If I didn't grind out my losses in options trading, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be able to show you guys that I learned anything. Like a lot of people also option trade, lose, and they never learn a thing. So, if you're going into 2019, that's why I always say, if you lose, learn from it, because that's going to be more valuable than your wins. Like anybody can win, anybody can get lucky, but if you learn from your losses, If you learn from your losses, you'll have more consecutive wins. You'll have your win rate will improve dramatically. And it's all about realizing who you are. My mom would have killed me not going to college. I'm not sure what I would do if my kids didn't want to go to college. Hamed, if I'm any testimony to you, obviously I didn't say I got out of college to sleep in my parents' bedroom or in my parents' home. I was not sleeping till 11, 12, 1 p.m. I was not being lazy. You know, I started educating myself on web development. I started to at the age of 18, I started to on the way downtown on the train, everyone was going downtown on the train to a suit and tie job. I was going downtown Chicago on the train to be a waiter. And while I was doing that, I was reading books on how to code. I was reading books on how to improve myself. So while I was going to work, I was always improving what I was doing on the outside. You know, because the vision was clear that I did not want to stay in that position. So I mean, if you're going to not go to college and you're not going to do that, and you're going to just do sleep, you know, you're just going to sleep the whole time, and you're going to be a bum and live with your parents, then you know, you're in big trouble. I mean, that's not what this life is about. This life, you only get so many years here. You only get so many years. I mean, the one thing that we can all agree on is that we're all going to die at some point in time, and whether that's tomorrow, 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, whatever the case is, however old or young you are, you know, you got to do what you got to do. College is boring. You learn more on the internet. Really, when I was going to college, the internet was still like on dial-up. It's not what it is now, you know. I totally get it now, Mike. You know, and I think one of the things though, you know, as you get better, as you gain success, as you get better at honing and mastering your craft, I mean, is just being realistic. I mean, I know a lot of people, I'm not saying this to brag or anything because it really means nothing, but I know a lot of people, because they're my clients and stuff, that are multimillionaires. They're multimillionaires, and 95% of them, you would never even know they were a multimillionaire. You would never even know. You would not. You know, you see all these people, you know, I actually put out a tweet this morning saying we got to retire the word stock market gurus. You know, stock market gurus, it's not a thing. Nobody's a guru of the stock market. That's not really, that's just a marketing ploy. You know, and they're posting photos with their Lambo, they're posting photos with their Ferrari, and to have nice cars, it's fine, but you know, to brag and to not be humble, I mean, eventually you're gonna get what's coming to you. You know, the market humbles everybody, and you get too cocky, and a lot of those people, they're very cocky, and they use the Ferrari and Lambo as marketing for their courses and stuff, and you know, I just don't agree with it. You know, I'm not trying to call anyone out or anything. I just think that it's displaying it's not giving you what's real. You know, not everybody's going to have $100,000 to trade. Not everyone's going to have $1 million brokerage account. Most people have less than $2,000 to trade, and they can't open a margin account. You know, like most people. You know, and you say, well, you know, some people on here are like, how can you not have $2,000? Like, for most people, $2,000 is a lot of money. Like $2,000, and we're talking about $2,000 that you can afford to lose. We're not just talking about $2,000. We're talking about $2,000 that you can afford to lose. You know, and so you're not going to become a multimillionaire if you're opening an account with $200 within a short period of time. You could do it. You can do it. You stay diligent. You can do it. I'm not saying you can't, but to get there, you're gonna have to make $200 to turn to $225 to $250 to $275. Small returns, consistent returns, and playing safe, because you will never be 100% right. You'll never be 100% correct. There could be stretches where you could win a lot. My most consecutive winning trades is like 15. But in the back of my mind, you're also thinking this cannot continue. You cannot continue going down that path. Like you know the loss is going to come. So if you know the loss is going to come, so that's why when I have like a lot of winning trades in a row, I start scaling back, because then when I have a loser, it's not going to hurt as bad. Like the worst thing in the world is to make all that profit. Let's say you had 10 trades and winning trades in a row, and to lose all that profit in one trade. I know what's happened to a lot of people here. And that's like one of the worst things in the world. Greg, my dad quit his job 30 years ago, never had a problem paying all the bills. He tells me to do the same thing, but I kind of need those insurance benefits from my job. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a job in trading. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, if you're bootstrapping and you're doing what you got to do, that's what's safe for you. That's what's safe for your family. You know, medical costs. You know, you don't want to ruin your life. Kit, got to stick to your goals and dreams. Ignore the negative talk from others and from yourself. When the enemy is on the inside, the enemy's outside. It can do you no harm. And so much positivity here. I love it. Going into 2019 with positivity. America's a really great place. You can make your fortune by going to college. You can make your fortune working in a coal mine, as long as you're passionate about it and you're willing to give it all you got. Josh, I'm lucky to have huge wife support while starting my business. She helps me when I start to have any doubts. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's why the UVH fam works, is because we're here to support each other. You know, when someone has a bad day in our group, I see every day someone else tries to pick them up, and like that's amazing. You know, to know that somebody took the time, that's a complete stranger, has taken the time to encourage somebody they don't know, and the only thing they have in common is option trading. I mean, it's amazing. Like, it's crazy. I have a great job, but the end game in sights is not to make money for anyone else but myself. Yeah, I mean, for me, the freedom and flexibility to move around and do what I want to do is worth more than tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. For me to have my freedom was the end goal. For me to have my freedom to do what I wanted to do, that was the ultimate end goal. And now we're here. But the question is, what do we do next? What do I do? You know, obviously options trading, I'm honing my craft. You know, you're never going to be an expert in the market. You could be really good at options trading, but if you talk to somebody that's 90 years old, 100 years old, that has traded in the market, he's going to tell you that he doesn't know tomorrow if it's going to go up or down. He doesn't know. But what he does know is how to protect himself. He does know how to take advantage of certain opportunities. He knows what setups are best for him to trade. He knows what to stay away from. If you know what to stay away from in the market, you're going to save money. If you know what not to trade, you're going to save money time and time again, because that's money in your pocket. Otherwise, you would have spent and wasted it. True, Nick, we could have some millionaires here in the chat. Yeah, I mean, we might have some people that are millionaires in this chat now. I don't know. But I guarantee you, a lot of the people that are trading right now, that are going to trade for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, they're going to be millionaires. I could tell you that. Joshua, take it easy. The market give it, the market take it away. LA Investment sent me about a $3,500 bonus if you open $2 million plus account. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you take a hit and keep going. Options trading is my key out of debt slavery. Don't let anyone knock you down. Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, we're college loan debt, mortgage is. Don't get me started on the mortgage. Mortgage is one of the ultimate scams right now. but yeah, you get a nice house, but in exchange for money that you don't get back. What I like about the market is I get to watch my money dance. Yeah, and the thing that if watching the markets, you know, after hearing my story a little bit, watching the markets and investing and trading, really, like, if you feel something inside you is like, hey, I really, really like this, and it's not about the money, but it like, for me, when I trade a stock or I trade options, I get very interested in that business. I get very interested in option pricing, and as you guys can tell, for the trades I put on, I look for very specific criteria when I put those trades on, and I have fun. Some days, like, I don't have, there's not opportunity, but I have fun looking anyways. I enjoy looking at the options chain, looking at pricing. I enjoy looking at the charts and saying, hey, I didn't trade on Thanksgiving. What did Apple do last week, and what are they doing now? Like, you guys getting excited about Apple right now? I mean, yes, you might be making money, which is also exciting. It's exciting to make money, but what's exciting is the actual mechanics of the stock market, the actual mechanics of options trading, how options trading overlays what the stock is doing, the underlying, how does that work together? Once you figure that out, like, it's amazing. The person that invented this, I don't know who invented options. I have to look it up. But whoever invented this, I mean, it was probably just Goldman Sachs or somebody wanting to make more money off commissions. But that being said, whoever was the person that invented these tools for us, besides the internet, I mean, they're light. I mean, they're not even from this planet. I mean, we have a bunch of smart people in this group, but the people that invented this, the people that put these things together, I mean, they're, who knows? I mean, crazy. Invented as a stock market insurance in the 1970s. Yeah, but Kit, who invented it and why? Like the person that put together all the numbers. I mean, who, like, theta, delta. But I get you can invent things, but the actual mechanics, the mechanics of it, is pure genius. I mean, beyond genius level. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, options can be active or passive as you want it to be. As it's a great side hustle. Apple just sunk. Yeah, I'll look at Apple in a second here. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Options trading for life. All I need is an eye and a finger to make money. My bearish apples. I didn't put it. Unfortunately, I didn't have an Apple position on today, but and this Apple. What's going on with Apple right now? There's a lot of people. We've come across doing this option trading thing. We come across a lot of different walks of life, right? And there's people that say, "Hey, I made a lot of money on this Apple crash." There's people that said, "Oh, I was looking at that, but I didn't do the trade, and it's good. I was looking in the right spot. I'll note it down and take it for the future." But then there's the people that get angry, that they said, "Oh, I was looking at this trade, and I'm so angry right now that I had this trade on lock. But I didn't push the button. I didn't push go. I didn't push it." And they get so angry that they could have made $10,000. They could have made $1,000. And if that's you, you gotta chill. You're not gonna be successful option trading with that much rage, that much energy, that much emotion. Like, for me to see this drop, it's disappointing not to have a position. But as you know, every day there's a new opportunity. And because this opportunity was created, I guarantee you there's going to be a trade in Apple tomorrow. I guarantee you. If you don't find a trade in Apple tomorrow, you need to learn some more about options. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Manny, I don't usually do a New Year's resolution. I just look at my life as a whole, and I see what I can do to make it better and where I can be to push myself better. And for me, I'm going to be actually, it's not really a resolution. It's more adapting to the market. As you guys know, I'm mostly categorize myself as a swing trader. So I buy something, hold it overnight, or hold it a week, or whatever the case is. Either way, I don't close out during the day. But due to volatility, I'm going to be looking at more day trades. I will be opening and closing positions during the day more. right now I'm just because it's been a while since I've really day traded, since I've really traded on a intraday level, and I found that like swing trading was best for me and my personality, because then I didn't have to babysit the trade. I could put the trade on, get lunch, not have to babysit it. But if I find the opportunity to put a day trade on, I will do it. In the past, I really wouldn't do it. But moving forward, 2019, due to this volatility, I definitely think that I will be doing more day trades. Is one of the ways that I'm going to adapt my trading style in 2019. Will I do it a lot? Will I do it a little? I mean, I guess it depends on the day, the week, the month, what opportunities come across. I don't like to set, well, I'm going to do one day trade a day that makes me $50, that turns into $500 a month, that turns into blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't run the numbers like that because I don't trade like that. I just trade on making sure I can get on my trades. You know, the only targets I put on my trades is I put on a percentage or a target when I put the trade on, and I also put on an exit strategy before I put the trade on. Other than that, whatever happens during the month happens. Like, some months we have great opportunity. Some months we're flat. Some months it's like, man, this market's dead. Like, you can't make money in the, like, if the market's just going sideways unless you sold some premium in the beginning, it's gonna be difficult to make money, because if without movement, options don't really work that well. You know, without movement, you just kind of just sit there and, you know, you don't make money as fast. But like when the stock market's moving like it is, you make money long, you make money short, you kind of flip flop, and you know it's all good. But that's why I don't like to set targets for myself, because one month you may like, oh, I made $10,000 a month. That's great. Then the next month you make $1,000, and you don't. Was it something I did? Was I wrong? I didn't hit my goals. And then when you don't hit those goals, like some people think, well, because I made $10,000 this month, I can make $20,000 the next, or I can make $10,000 again, or I can make $20,000 the next, or whatever the case is. But you have to understand, the market only gives us the opportunity that we're given. It doesn't matter how much money we put in. It doesn't matter how much, you know, risk we take on. What matters is the opportunities that you're taking advantage of, and what the market is doing. If the market is giving opportunities to put positions on and make money off of, we're going to do okay. If the market is not, we're not going to make money, but that doesn't mean you need to lose money. That means, you know, a lot of people set these targets and they say, okay, I want to put on, you know, I'm going to make $5,000 a month. I'm going to make $5,000. I'll make 60 grand a year. It'll be cake. They don't realize that not every month is the same. They don't realize that, you know, they can't trade the same stock every day. They don't realize that they have to adjust strategy. And when they find that they're not meeting their mental quota, let's say it's the third week in the month and you only brought in $250, way short of your quota, your mental quota, your own quota, not something that the stock market gives to you. They start making decisions based on that quota, and they start taking on riskier positions. So they start taking on riskier positions, and when they do that, they expose themselves to more risk. And then when the positions go against them, it really hurts them. And they go from being up $250 to being down $2 grand, $3 grand, $4 grand. And that's why I think that quotas and mental quotas and that kind of thing are very dangerous to a trader's mentality. It's very dangerous to your account balance. Okay, but once you see that decay built into it and understand it, it's a nice hedge for buying and selling due to time value. Matthew, it's all good. Rewind the stream. I hope you guys don't mind. I've been kind of I've had some built, as you guys can see, I've had some built up, not tension, but I've had some built up motivation since we last spoke on Friday. I've had a lot to think about since last Friday, and it's all coming out now. So Matthew, if you missed it, I you know, starting at like the 15-minute mark we've been going, so we replay this. They don't realize they're not as good as Jason. I like that options are consistent, then straight shares trading are, at least to me, because the time value pricing models and taking advantage. Yeah, Kit. I definitely agree on that. I definitely agree on that. That, you know, trading options is more consistent than like just buying shares or selling or shorting shares, and also doing penny stocks, buying penny stocks, shorting penny stocks. With options, you get the flexibility to defend your position. even when it goes wrongly against you, you have the ability to do like advanced strategies. You could put a position on, and then when that position doesn't go your way, you could turn it into like a vertical spread or a condor. There's a lot of things that you can do, and a lot of things that maybe you're not knowledgeable yet on, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. With options trading, there's unlimited possibilities, and everyone's gonna, and that's the thing, everyone's gonna approach a situation a little bit differently. Like when I started to defend a position, I may do it more aggressively than you do it. Maybe you say, man, you really got aggressive with that, and maybe I did, and maybe it worked out, maybe it won't. And that's the thing. Like you have to cater your options trading strategy, your options trading mentality to who you are. That's why I was saying, like, that's why I said I'm never going to sell stock alerts. Yes, I post my trades just because people are interested in that. They maybe just play some ideas, but I'm never going to sell you like, oh yeah, Nick traded this at 9:30 a.m. You should do it too. Like just because I do it doesn't mean that you should do it. It's not a good idea just to trade blindly, because that doesn't, like if I got hit by a bus tomorrow and you were buying my alerts and you never learned how to trade, what purpose is it going to serve you in the future? Like we're working as a community here to build traders for the long haul. You know, whether you tune into this channel anymore or not, you'll be able to trade. You know, whether you find that this community is helpful or not anymore, and you reach a certain level, you say, hey, you guys, you know, it was fun while it lasted. I'm really good at option trading now. Deuces, have a nice life, and you profit for the rest of your life. I'm good with that. That's fine. Like building profitable traders, and I mean like real profitable traders, like people that are making money in the market and not just, you know, not just as trading off of somebody else's ideas. That's where the real value is at. That's where the real potential is at, because you're not building my bank account, you're building your own bank account. You're finding value in what you're doing. You're not finding value in what I'm doing. And that's the difference between the stock alerts. When you pay for a stock alert, you're investing money into someone else. When you do it on your own, you're investing in yourself. You're taking advantage of the opportunities that you're familiar with. It's good to balance ideas. Like if I put like let's say I did a Microsoft trade today, and I see that and when you guys post trade ideas, I do look at what you guys are trading into too, and I see if it lines up with my portfolio. If it does, sometimes I join them, sometimes I don't. If it doesn't match up with what I'm currently doing and what I'm looking to do, and also based on your schedule, we all have different schedules. Some people are trading at their desk at their 9 to 5 desk. I have more free time to trade, so you may not want to take the trades that I'm putting on too, because I have a lot more free time to trade than you do. If you know that you're going to, let's say on next Monday, you're going to have a meeting from 1 to 5 p.m., you may not want to put the position on that I'm putting on. And if I know, let's say next Friday, I'm going to be at the doctor, I'm going to do something, or I'm not going to be at my trade desk, and I don't put a lot of trades on, that doesn't mean you shouldn't put trades on, because maybe next Friday you are going to be available. Maybe next Friday you're actually off from work. You're going to be there all day. You know, we all have different schedules. That's why you got to adapt your trading style to your schedule, to who you are, and that's really what it's about. That's really what the UVH fam is about. All right, questions, concerns? You guys hit an unsubscribe. If you guys got any value from it, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Kit, Amon, thank you again. So Apple, let's talk Apple. Apple's down $11. $11 since we started this stream. They just got downgraded. Was it Citron or somebody, or what was it? But if we're at, let's see, we're at 146.80, did touch 144.51. So technically we did hit a new 52-week low. You know, if it doesn't bounce from here, we're definitely going to be in some trouble territory. But I mean, down here in like the 140s, doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look that bad at all. So it may bottom out around 140s. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say unless they're completely getting demolished. Then, you know, we got to go to like the we got to go to like to the 3-year chart, and the charts are broken. 3-year chart. It's so hard to trade when 2017 was like just so much rippage. But yeah, let's go down to 89. Matthew, thank you so much for the $10. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Greg, I learn every day from you all. Yeah, I'm learning from you guys too. Like, don't think I'm not learning. Every day we're learning. Every day we're growing ourselves. Every day I try new strategies. Every day I look for new trades. You got to grow. You got to stretch yourself. Oh, it's Amon. Amon, like amen. Is it amen? Like amen? We talked about this. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I try to get everyone's name straight, and it's hard across YouTube, Facebook, and Discord. Everyone, like, people got different names, but Amon, amen. Sorry about that. I'll get it right in the future. Nick, have you made a video about determining the overvaluing of premium? I have not, Ben. I have not gotten into the specifics of that. Amon. Okay, got you. I'm sorry. Feel terrible. Nothing worse than blasting your name wrong to all these people. Let's see you in the chat. I'm sorry. I would definitely apologize. Yeah, what Ben said, I think people would benefit from the ability to judge the value option pricing. Apple lowered its Q1 guidance following weaker than expected iPhone sales and issues with China. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say we're not surprised about that. I mean, it goes back to this Mac. So I got my computer delivered on what day was it? Yesterday, or was it New Year's Eve? Either way, don't remember. 2 days ago or a day ago, I got my new PC built. When I started this stream, I bought a MacBook Pro, i7, top of the line, all that you can do, and it still gives me issues on the stream. So then I bought i9. Intel i9, custom built PC, 32 gigs of RAM, nice graphics card. So, Apple, and before I had this new Mac, I had a 2011 Mac that I just retired in 2018. 2011 Mac. It was Steve Jobs era Mac. Steve Jobs era Mac lasted me to 2018. All I did was put a solid state drive in it. That's all I did. Put a solid state drive on it. It was good to go for seven long years. It's probably still fine if I'm not doing such like high demand stuff. But in the 2011 is also an i7 processor, just not as good of a model. How do you pronounce Nick? Just Nick. Nick, Nicholas, Saint Nick. Nick's a pretty common name. Especially if you're an 80s baby. Had like 3 or 4 Nicks in every single one of my classes. Personally, I love the motivational content. This one's amazing. If you guys don't know, Jeff here in the chats, but he's my best friend, Jeff. He does a lot of the moderation. He does all the graphics for the UVA's channel. So big shout out to Jeff. He does a lot. Does all the graphics, does a logo, does a website. So shout out Jeff. Apple has bad news surrounding them for Apple, but I mean, I also feel like the quality of products have gone down in recent years as well. I mean, how many times have they recalled like their iOS versions? They used to never. They would thoroughly test everything. iOS was having issues. iPhone was having issues. Hardware is having issues. It's just they're not paying attention to the details like they used to. I'm a diehard Apple. I mean, I have the iPad. I have an Apple TV. I got an Apple Watch. I got MacBook Pro. I got the XS right here. They just don't, they're not paying attention to the details. My Steve Jobs MacBook Pro retired in 2017. For a cause still works. My iPhone 7 had a problem. Yeah. That's why, chatting. We're on the same page. On the same page. every day on this, I have a mesh network set up at my house. I mean, I might get a little nerdy here for a second. I have a mesh network set up in my house. Should have no problems. I have to, when I go from one end of the house to the other end, I have to literally turn my Wi-Fi off, turn my Wi-Fi on multiple times a day on the iPhone SX. You know, it's frustrating, but you know, I guess what do you get for being a valued customer? I guess you get bugs. You get to pay a lot, and you get buggy software and hardware. So, but but we need a competitor that's not Samsung or some of the other guys. Google Pixel. I mean, maybe Google, but I don't really like the Android. I don't really like Android that much. So here we are. Should make you look at others with. Their whole brand was built about being new and revolutionary, but now they're just releasing the same phone with the bigger headphone jack. Yeah, Chen, I don't care about the headphone jack that much because once you utilize Bluetooth, like you just throw their headphones away. They'd always get caught up like when you're mowing the lawn and stuff and just rip your eardrum out anyways, or if you're on the treadmill. How many times have you guys on the treadmill just like ripped your eardrum off? I mean, it's terrible. So the AirPods are, I mean, the AirPods are the best product they put out in a very, very long time. Very long time. How long did it take you to become a consistently profitable trader? It took 2 years. However, I would say the 2 years that I did was very intense. It was day in, day out. Like, it was intense. So it may take people longer, or it may take people shorter. I mean, it depends on, like I said, Louis, and I'm just butchering names all day. Like I said during my rant or whatever, as soon as you are able to identify your strengths and weaknesses and tone down your emotion is when profitability starts to hit. If you don't really know who you are, you don't really understand what triggers certain emotions and stuff, you're going to have problems. So if you can like FC here, he's done that in a short amount of time. You can do it. But also when I was doing it, I think it also helps when you have a community to kind of back you up. When I was doing it, I had nobody. Nobody was saying, hey, that's a good idea, that's a bad idea. No one was saying, I didn't have anyone to ask. Like, I didn't have anyone. That's kind of why we started this thing, is that there's a lot of options traders out there. And when I was starting out, like, I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't have anyone to say, bounce an idea off, like, hey, what do you guys, I'm looking at this Apple trade. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? It doesn't matter if I take the trade or not. Like, what do you think? Or, you know, I didn't have that. Everything was trial and error, like trial and error. So it took me a long time. And, you know, to get profitable, but also the way that I trade now is way different. I mean, you're always going to be adjusting. It's always, and I would say that my win rate is a lot higher, but I'm also letting my wins be a little bit higher. Like, you know, I hit 100%, 80% pretty frequently, where people, you can't say you're not profitable if you're getting 20%, 10%, 30%. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But my gains are also bigger now but also the market's allowing for that. So it's hard to say if it's the market sometimes or if it's you. And sometimes it's a combination. Nick, do you own any Coke KO? No, I don't. I do not. I tend to only buy growth stocks, and I don't, you know, you get the dividends and stuff, but I tend not to, you know, Coke is pretty saturated throughout the world. They had their time. They had their time of growth. You need a montage. Wax on, wax off type stuff. Drinking raw eggs, pulling trucks through the Stonewall Park. I think maybe even my rant today is too much for people. And if I did something like that, it would just be like, this guy's ridiculous. Like, but we're over an hour. I don't want to take up too much of your time. We definitely appreciate everyone. If you're new here, say what up. Definitely want to meet you. Kit, Amon, Matthew, thank you for your donations today. Thank you everyone that's been here supporting me. Thank you everyone that is part of the UVH fam, part of the UVH community. I have a blast talking with you out on Facebook and Discord every day. I mean, it's so much fun. And I was saying, these streams are definitely hard for me. These videos are definitely hard for me, and you guys are so supportive. So I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much. Apple cares more about profits and quality now. I bet. How much cash are they sitting on now? JDM, but JDM, they gotta spend that cash. Cash is only good if you use it. Cash is only good if you use it. Like, you're just sitting on cash is basically you're just waiting to go out of business and then to use it. But Sears wish they had that cash right now. Okay, too soon. I'm sorry. But Toys R Us wish they had that cash. I'm just having fun. Anyways, you guys have a great day. It's been fun. It's been real. Thanks for supporting me. It's always us versus herd. Stay safe. Stay green. See you tomorrow.